Am I in the wrong for dumping my boyfriend, finding a strange woman in our bed, and refusing to believe his excuses for breaking our rules? Posted by you/Jolly. Information 385. I am a 26-year-old woman, and 2 weeks ago, I believed my relationship with my boyfriend was strong. We had lived together for a few months in our apartment, and though moving in was stressful, I thought it was normal adjustment. I always try to see the best in people, and I trusted my boyfriend completely. He could be stubborn, and I sometimes ignored things I should not have, but I saw no major problems. I was excited for a trip to London with my sister, staying at her place the night before our flight since she lived near the airport. Am I wrong for ending our relationship after finding a strange woman in our bed, refusing to believe his explanations, and leaving him for breaking our agreement? The morning of the trip, I realized I forgot my passport at our apartment. It was a small mistake, but I needed to retrieve it. I texted my boyfriend that I was returning to get my passport. He did not reply, but I assumed he was busy or sleeping. I did not worry, as I had enough time before my flight. I drove back to our apartment, expecting a quick visit. When I arrived, my boyfriend seemed nervous. He fidgeted, acting like I had surprised him in a bad way. I thought he was just startled, so I ignored it and walked past him toward our bedroom to grab my passport. What I saw next changed everything. A woman I had never met was lying in our bed. She wore clothes, but her presence shocked me. She looked as surprised as I felt, sitting up quickly. I stayed calm, not yelling or reacting loudly. I walked to my nightstand, picked up my passport, turned to my boyfriend, and said, "We're done." Without another word, I left the apartment. I drove back to my sister's place, feeling numb. I did not cry or scream. I was too shocked to process it. My phone started ringing and buzzing with texts from my boyfriend. He called repeatedly, leaving voicemails and sent long messages. He claimed the woman was a longtime friend, a lesbian who needed a place to stay for the night, and that nothing happened. He said I was making a terrible mistake, overreacting, and begged me to listen to him. I read his texts but did not respond, feeling hurt and confused. I did not believe him. When we moved in together, we agreed on a rule: no guests in the apartment without telling the other person first. It was a clear boundary to respect each other's space. He broke that rule by not telling me about this woman, and finding her in our bed felt like a betrayal. Even if he was telling the truth, his actions hurt me deeply. I had never suspected him of cheating before, but now I questioned everything about our relationship. Feeling lost, I posted on Reddit in r/AITA, explaining what happened and asking if I was wrong for leaving him and doubting his story. I wanted to know if I should give him a chance to explain. The responses came quickly, and most supported my decision. One commenter, Self-Psycho, asked if this was the final issue after other problems, noting my past posts showed some relationship struggles. They said, "Are the good things worth it whether it was just miscommunication or not? Not the asshole, depending on other issues." I replied, "Not telling me broke our boundary, which is a deal breaker. We had emotional struggles during the move because he was stubborn and I avoided conflict, but I thought it was just stress. He was otherwise a good partner, and I didn't suspect cheating." Another commenter, beached_not_broken, suggested, "He's hoping you'll stay a pushover. Get her number and meet her. If she's his platonic friend, she'll want to clear this up for him." I agreed it was a good idea. If she was really a friend, she would want to explain. I texted my boyfriend, asking for her Instagram or phone number to hear her side. I waited hours, but he refused to share her contact information, saying it was unnecessary. His refusal made me more suspicious, and I told him I needed to know the truth. Nature's Vivid Pictures wrote, "Not the asshole. Wow, the moment you leave, huh? Not even really, you hadn't left yet. If you know her name, check their social media. You'll see fast if she's a lesbian, but either way, it's strange and I wouldn't believe him." I responded, "It doesn't make sense. I agree it's suspicious." Their comment made me think my boyfriend's story was not honest, especially since he would not let me contact her. Dear Love Me asked, "So you'll believe the woman who sneaked into your bed?" I replied, "No, that's why I'm trying to inform her girlfriend." I wanted to verify her story and felt her girlfriend deserved to know if she was involved in something dishonest. My boyfriend's refusal to share her information only deepened my distrust. Another commenter, OmniHuman01, said, "She needed a place to stay. Was the couch not enough? I'd be upset even if it was 2 men or 2 women. That's our bed. I wouldn't want anyone else in it." I replied, "We have a pull-out couch, so it's definitely enough." Their point about the bed being a private space resonated with me, making my boyfriend's choice seem even more disrespectful. Whole Willingness 722 commented, "You're not wrong to be mad. I don't buy a story about a lesbian friend, but hiding it is bad enough. Leave him." I responded, "I feel bad for her. He sent me screenshots of their texts, and it seems she thought he had my permission for guests. I think he put her in a dangerous situation by not telling me and letting me walk in on her in bed. Others might have yelled at her, or worse. The more I reflected, the more I saw his actions as careless, not just to me, but to the woman. The Reddit comments helped me think clearly. Even if nothing happened, he broke our agreement and put me in a painful situation. His refusal to share her contact information made me believe he was hiding something. I decided not to talk to him anymore and left for London with my sister, focusing on the trip. In London, my sister and I visited museums, ate at local restaurants, and walked through the city. The trip distracted me, but I kept thinking about the moment I saw the woman in our bed. I wondered if I was right to end things, but each time I remembered my boyfriend's excuses and his refusal to be transparent, I felt confident in my decision. I told him I would not speak to him during the trip, and I kept my word, ignoring his calls and texts. When I returned to the United States, I went to a clinic to get tested for health issues. I had no symptoms, but I wanted to be safe. My last test was in July 2023, before I started dating my boyfriend, and he was the only person I had been with since then. A few days later, the results showed I had a health issue that needed treatment. I was surprised and worried, not knowing how long I had it or if it would cause lasting problems. I started treatment immediately and made an appointment with my doctor to check my health further. I texted my boyfriend about the diagnosis, hoping for honesty. He did not admit to anything. He said he was sorry I was dealing with this and hoped I would feel better soon. He offered no explanation or apology for putting my health at risk. I felt angry, but also relieved that I had ended our relationship. I did not want to stay with someone who would lie and endanger me. Since we had signed a new lease in February, we needed to resolve the apartment situation. I stayed with my sister after returning from London, grateful for her support. After discussing options, we agreed he would keep the apartment and I would move out permanently. It was inconvenient, but I was happy to leave that part of my life behind. My sister and friends supported me through everything. I felt embarrassed to tell my family about the breakup, so I relied on Reddit for advice. The community's encouragement helped me feel confident in my choice. Commenters reminded me I deserved honesty and respect, and their support made me feel less alone. I considered contacting the woman in our bed to understand her side, but since my boyfriend never shared her information, I could not reach her. Based on the text screenshots he sent, she seemed to believe he had my permission for her to stay. I felt sorry for her, thinking he put her in a risky situation by not telling me. Someone else might have reacted angrily, but I just wanted to leave. Reflecting on our relationship, I realized I missed warning signs. My boyfriend was often secretive and twisted the truth to avoid trouble. I overlooked these issues because I wanted to trust him. I thought we were planning a future together, but he was dishonest the whole time. The Reddit comments made me see I was right to leave. I felt grateful I discovered the truth before our relationship became more serious, like getting married or having children. I trusted my instincts and ended things when I did. Now I focus on my health and well-being, determined to move forward. Update, March 26, 2025. 10 days after posting on Reddit, I focused on my health and rebuilding my life. My boyfriend and I are no longer together, and I have no plans to return to him. We resolved the apartment issue, and I moved out completely. I live with my sister now, and her support means everything to me. The Reddit community's advice and encouragement gave me strength. I felt ashamed to share what happened with my family, but strangers online helped me see I made the right choice. I am doing better now and excited for what lies ahead. I thought about my decision to leave again. The moment I saw the woman in our bed stayed in my mind, but my boyfriend's refusal to share her contact information or admit fault confirmed I was right. Commenters like Whole Willingness 722, who said, "Hiding it is bad enough," reinforced my feelings. I replied, "I agree. His secrecy hurt the most." Another commenter, Nature's Vivid Pictures, reiterated, "It's strange, and I wouldn't believe him." I responded, "His story doesn't add up, especially with no contact info." Their words helped me stay firm. My health treatment continued, and I followed up with my doctor to ensure no lasting issues. The diagnosis scared me, but addressing it quickly gave me peace of mind. My boyfriend's lack of accountability when I told him about it made me glad I left. I focused on healing, both physically and emotionally, with my sister and friends by my side. Moving out was a relief. Packing my things and leaving the apartment felt like closing a difficult chapter. I avoided contact with my boyfriend, only communicating through texts about lease details. He tried calling once, but I did not answer, keeping my distance. I still wondered about the woman in our bed. Without her contact information, I could not reach out, but I hoped she was okay. The screenshots suggested she was unaware of the situation, and I believed my boyfriend misled her. I felt sympathy for her, knowing she could have faced worse if I had reacted differently. The Reddit support stayed with me. Commenters like beached_not_broken, who suggested meeting the woman, gave practical ideas I could not use without her information. I replied, I'd love to, but he won't share her number. Their encouragement helped me trust my instincts and not doubt myself. Looking back, I saw my boyfriend's secrecy as a pattern. His stubbornness during our move and small lies were signs I ignored, hoping for the best. The Reddit community showed me I deserved better, and I am grateful for their honesty. I am thankful I left before things got worse. Now, I focus on my future. I plan to find my own place soon and enjoy time with my sister and friends. I feel stronger, knowing I made a hard but necessary choice. I do not expect to update again, as I am ready to move on. The support from strangers gave me confidence to leave a bad situation, and I am excited for new opportunities.